Morning, everyone. Today is November 29th, 2022, Tuesday, last week of the month. Uh, like we mentioned at the beginning of last week, um, the, the Thanksgiving week is usually pretty bullish, especially the day before and the day after Thanksgiving, and the seasonality played its roles. It did what we knew it could do. And also, we mentioned that the week after, the last week of November, is pretty bearish. It usually give away some or most of the gains that um, it creates during that bullish week of Thanksgiving, week of very low volume, like any holiday. But what we see here, you can see the seasonality chart of the XPX, the Standard and Poor 500. Last week of November dips a bit, and then we start consolidating for what is called the Santa rally, or the rally that we have by the end of the year. We also had some news from China, protests about the zero COVID policy, and of course that makes stuff like Apple semiconductors suffer due to productions and supply issues, and that of course makes the stock market goes down. But let's go and do our analysis of this morning. um, we can see that we started down an uptrend by the middle of October. We are still inside of that uptrend channel. We are testing the middle of the channel. Today, my pivot is going to be 39.65. Above that, we're going to have room back to 39.85, 4,005, 4,025, 4,045. Unable to hold that pivot, we're gonna sell to 39.55, 39.35, 39.15, 30, 38.95, which would be between 38.95, 38.80 is the lowest we want to see to preserve this uptrend. If this level don't hold, we probably are going to break this uptrend channel and start consolidating and leaning back down again. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we are in a seasonality bearish week, but then we start trading in the month of December that is usually bullish. So what I think is we're going to go a little bit lower, but then we probably going to bounce back and recover the 4,000 area, and we most likely are going to close. And again, this is a projection. This is what I'm forecasting by the end of the year, but I wish I had a crystal ball and see the future, but I cannot and I don't. I just give my opinion due to what is the chart is showing me and the technicals are showing me, and we could finish the year around mid 41s, 4100s, even 4200s. Okay, let's check out the SPY real quick. The SPY, the channel, I have it drawn differently here. but today my pivot is going to be 396. If we hold that, we are going to have room back up to 397.27, 398.50, 400, 402. Unable to hold the pivot, we are going to sell to 395, 394, and then the dangerous point of 392.85. If we break that area, then the most likely the uptrend is gonna break and we're gonna start selling down, going back to the 380s, which is not ideal. I don't think it's going to happen, but with any negative news about China, that's gonna affect even more the stock market. We have FOMC and interest rate decision at the beginning of December. That's also going to move the market. But as I said with the ES, I also think the SPY is going to test this downtrend uptrend channel, the lower part, and then we are going to bounce back up. Probably finish the year at around, I would say, 4 415, 420, probably even a little higher. But again, that's my prediction. That is not what is going to happen. And as I always say, I go day by day, level by level, and try to stay focused that way. I don't like to predict tops or bottoms. I like to go day by day, especially with this market that is moving every day with news and economic data. So we cannot be we cannot do that mistake of trying to um, catch bottoms or tops. Another notable thing to mention here is the CL, that is the crude oil futures. They tanked yesterday, went down to around 73.50 level. They then bounced back hard almost to the 80 level due to the OPEC news, OPEC cut news. They have a meeting, I think, December 4th to discuss that issue. And of course, the oil futures reacted positively to that news. Uh, we were asked in the group if it was a good time to short. It could be, but it's dangerous. Intraday, you see this a chart of 4 hours is creating a bull flag that it could easily break and take us back to 82, 84. So shorting would be trying to catch the top, and we see how crude can move. From here, it went from 81.50 to 76.50 in one day. From here, we went from 73.50 to almost 79. So it's a pretty big move, and you can get caught in the middle of this move. And ideally, the only trade that I see here right now, if we go to high 79s, we can go long here. And if this level of 79 gets rejected a couple of times, it could be also a scalp for a short. But I wouldn't touch oil right now in this area. I'd rather wait for a false breakup. If we come down back down to 77, 76.50, then you can short it. And again, if we go above 79.50 or 80, you can go long. Okay. For today, we have a few names. We have Nike, pretty big gap up, and now consolidating in the 105 area. Key here is to maintain the 105, 104, and then we will have some room to most likely 110, 115. So that's Nike. We also have what was the other one? We have a PDD that we took a trade on that yesterday. It reacted well, but now we have to be a little patient. That trade today is going to open. I would say probably we are going to be up around 20 to 30%. We might be taking some partial profits on that, but that doesn't mean that we cannot open another trade, because this is a really good chart. It's a multi-year breakup. This 3 years 1 week chart. Look at this bull flag is breaking up. We take 79 or 80, and we most likely going to go to mid 80s, 90. Okay, so PDD is one of my favorite, especially if China news come back positive and the protests stop. That's going to make a really prime, like good looking chart even go higher. We also have some upgrades for PDD coming from tier one analysts, so that's notable. Beside PDD, we have also Win. Let's do 4 hours. Another bull flag about to break. 81.50 would be the area. Let's look at the 1 year. 81.50. We're probably going to 85. That's another one to check, to do I would say a day trade, but with an option strike expiring not this week but next week. And I also really like BA. BA is forming a bull flag here. If it breaks the 175 area, we probably going to go to 80s, and then probably to 90s. So we have BA, we have Win, we have PDD, and another one that I like long term, even though it went down these couple of days, especially after the push that was caused by the change on leadership and management. But Disney for me has a magnet to 100, especially in the midterm. We have a swing already open on this, but we need to keep an eye on Disney for sure. On the market, I'm going to be leaning on the bearish neutral side today. This the ES right now, testing the pivot that I gave you today, that was 39.65. We need to defend at least low of the day from yesterday, 39.60. If that one breaks, then we are going to start selling even further down, but let's see what happens. Okay, remember, any question, any concern, you can always leave a comment on this video, or come join us in our Discord group for free. I always leave the link of the invitation on the video description. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.